What up? Daniel Bell, basketball guru, the Adam Francisco, Mr. Suave Report, Black Sports Online. Welcome back to Say It With Your Chest, the podcast that's probably just the best podcast. We just gonna call it the best podcast.
Best podcast in OKC.
Yeah, just gonna call it.
It's the best one that we got.
I don't even
Rylan
think
about to
OKC.
be pissed. Rylan about to be pissed.
Andrew Slack.
But shit, Andrew too. But it's the best one, man. It's the best one. We talk about real stuff.
Yes, and since we do talk about real stuff and say it with your chest, just gonna get right into the Josh Giddey stuff. We finally got somewhat of an ending last week.
Somewhat.
The police department out in California said that nobody's cooperating.
No one's talking.
Yeah, and
no one's about to snitch on Josh.
Yeah.
Man. That's what's going on.
The investigation is now closed, so Josh is clear. He's not going to be charged with anything.
Let me address these ignorant ass people out here, man. Like real life. As everybody knows, we are Thunder reporters, so there's certain things that we just can't really talk about. Like this is the one time that we can't fully say stuff with our chest. In favor or against.
Also, because we don't know anything. There's no
we don't know any more than anybody else.
Yeah, like
people keep coming to me like, "Hey, bro, what you know about this Josh Giddey case?" I'm like, I don't know.
And that becomes legally and defamation, and we can't. I ain't trying to get sued. I ain't got nothing to be sued for.
Exactly, and I ain't got no money to give anybody to be sued. But anyway, I'm having an issue with people that are like complaining about the police department dropping everything. Like, do you guys not understand the difference between like legal issues and like ethical issues? Like ethically, it's probably some questions. There's probably a conversation to be had about, ethical issues here, but you can't go to jail for an ethical issue. Legally, there's nothing. You can't prosecute Josh Giddey if there is no evidence of any wrongdoing. If no one's going to talk, whether it's right or wrong, you can't just put him in jail with no evidence. Like, there's a lot of people that believe he should be disciplined for whatever involvement he may or may not had with this girl, and that's why the NBA is now investigating it. And for people that are comparing this to the John Morant situation, it's a little different. It's a little different because, with Ja, there was a police investigation. They basically deemed it as, he didn't break any laws. Same thing. Well, no, it wasn't the same thing because there was evidence, but he didn't break any laws. He did have a gun in his hand, but he didn't break any laws. And then that's when the NBA came in and said, well, we're his employer and we don't like that image. So as his employer, as a privately held organization, we have the ability to suspend him if we want. The same thing's happening with Josh Giddey right now. They just officially started the investigation like 2 or 3 days after the police department dropped their investigation. And the NBA said early on in this that they're taking a back seat to the police investigation. That meaning if the police would have found something on Josh, then it's easy for the NBA to suspend him because if he's in legal trouble, the NBA doesn't have to do anything. But now that the police are out of the way, the NBA can look into it and if they see something wrong, they can, or just for the inconvenience, to be honest, the NBA could be like, yeah, you're suspended for 5 games.
Looks bad.
Yeah, like it looks bad for the NBA that you're even affiliated with a high school girl in any way, whether you had sex with her or not. We're suspending you for 10 games if they want to. They can suspend them for the whole season if they want to. The NBA can do what the hell they want to do, but you got to let it play. Like, you have to let it run its course. I feel like we live in a society right now that is really instantaneous. We want instant results like right now. And if we think it's wrong, he should be punished, he should go to jail. But there's legal procedures that go into this kind of stuff.
You're right. That's number one. Number two, I think that my thing is, I don't know if they're gonna wait till the NBA investigation is over, but I mean, he spoke to media before the Minnesota game. Yeah, before the Minnesota game, so they clearly felt comfortable because he hadn't spoke to media before for like a month or whatever it's been when the allegations first started, except for when he told us that he had no comment. I think it's better. I think it would be better if he said this is a legal matter or ongoing situation and I can't talk about it versus I have no comment. Like you saying I have no comment.
It's a clear lie.
I'm not saying it's a lie.
You got to comment on allegations that you're sleeping with a high school kid. Like, there is a comment to be made. You just don't want to make a comment. He could even be like, I don't want to comment on that. But like him saying I don't have a comment to me is kind of like, yes, you do.
And we might be mixing up the words. That's just the quote that we saw or that I saw.
Yeah.
But I think that if you come out and say it's a ongoing issue, I can't talk about it. I don't want to talk about it until it's over. Cool.
We all can understand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think the fact that he says that, and this maybe a me thing, but I just think that there's a difference between saying that and saying I don't want to talk about it right now, or I don't have a comment on it.
Yeah.
Because that just leaves people to say, hey, or boo him and come up with he's guilty.
Come up with their own
creepy.
narrative.
Yeah.
They can come up with their own
narrative. Whether it's right or wrong, that leaves people, and maybe don't care.
Yeah.
But I just think that it would be better if he just came out and said, if he said that instead of I don't want to talk about it, or I'm not going to talk about it, because to be honest, why are you talking to us? Like before, like after a game, okay. Yeah. Before a game, that's the only thing that people want to talk. And then I feel like you talk about it one time, and that you give.
There are no more questions to ask if you address the initial question.
Anytime we come up, like, can we ask Josh this? Can we ask? Josh? Like,
and we deserve to know. Like
I won't say we deserve to
not us, but like. Well, us, but people who are curious about the situation, it is a very hot topic. And it like, if Josh is guilty of the allegations,
when you say that,
if Josh is guilty of the allegations, then people do deserve to know. And these are crazy allegations. So I understand people want to know something. People want to know something. Again, him saying that I don't have a comment to me
I think that would kind of put the whole thing not to rest, but I think it would
fix this mic. I feel like y'all can't hear me right now.
I think it would kind of,
there we go,
like put it to rest for a little bit until the NBA comes out with their, and maybe they are waiting for the NBA to finish their investigation. So to be fair, maybe that is, but
you got to kick the can down the road a little bit.
But then say if you are waiting for the NBA to just say, hey, I mean, the NBA just started their investigation.
Do what the NBA did.
We're gonna wait to make a comment, until then. But until then, we're just gonna talk about basketball, and that's fine. Like
do what the NBA did. Literally, we're taking a back seat. Like the NBA is taking a back seat to the police department. The Thunder are taking a back seat to the NBA. That's literally how it's supposed to go.
And I mean, I was 13, 14 when Kobe was dealing with his situation.
He didn't do nothing, bro.
I feel like Kobe.
I had to say it.
Kobe was talking to the media.
Yeah.
Every day. He had that big press conference.
We were also in a different. It was different day.
And so I might be misremembering.
Yeah.
Just because I was 20 years younger.
Literally. Was that 05, 04?
Yeah. So
we old, bro. Golly.
So maybe I'm misremembering it, but from what I remember is Kobe had the press conference with his wife sitting next to him. Like bought her a ring. Not at the press conference, but he was saying. And he answered questions, and then he would go play, answer questions. Would go to court, get off the plane, drop 50, answer
questions. Yeah.
So it wasn't like we didn't go a month without talking. He was
very transparent.
And so I think that kind of hurts Josh. Not saying like for me, just from the public standpoint, it kind of hurts him to where it leaves people to just assume whatever they want.
My honest opinion, and I don't want anybody to take any offense to this. I really don't. Not even Josh, if he by chance is watching this. God forbid. the thing with Kobe is, Kobe is Kobe, and that those allegations always kind of lingered, like it kind of stuck to him. Like people,
They still do.
Kobe haters, Kobe haters are literally hanging on to that. That's like their one indictment of Kobe. Even though I strongly don't believe that he did that.
I do a radio show and we do Twitch, and anytime we talk about Josh Giddey, like when the when the police department ended their investigation, and we were talking about Josh, I made no accusations.
Yeah.
But since people know that I'm a Kobe fan, they brought up the Kobe situation. So, like, this is never going away for Josh.
Yeah. The point I was getting to is actually that, like, Josh, kind of keeping his comments bottled up. Again, he may speak on this someday. Like, he may just come out and talk about it, but as of right now, he hasn't. And I think that's part of the issue why, crowds are booing him at the rate.
They don't boo him no matter what. Yes.
I mean, yes, but what I'm saying is if he addresses it and just like answers some of these questions, there's going to be less questions.
Yeah.
There will be less, like right now there's 50 questions. If he answers 20 of them, now there's only going to be 30 questions. Like to me, you got to just be upfront, be honest, to a certain extent. I mean, you ask him a question, you don't want him to be like, I did it. But like you also kick the can down the road, give people some of what they want while still kind of kicking the can down the road and, letting the investigation go on. But to me, Josh, this lingering behind Josh's name is much more detrimental to his career than it lingering behind Kobe's. Because Kobe's game, Kobe's the greatest to ever do it. So Kobe, this sticking to Kobe's name, it whatever, who cares? He's the GOAT. It's sticking to Josh Giddey's name could actually really screw up his career because he's not going to be the GOAT. I think we all can agree that Josh Giddey's not going to be the best player to ever play basketball. He's not going to be Kobe, LeBron, Jordan. He's not in that realm. No matter, he's going to end up being a great player. We can all agree that. But I don't think that his career will supersede these allegations. I just don't. And I just think it'd be best if, he opens up a little bit more, especially now that he's out of legal trouble. He can say what he wants to say because not whatever, but you know what I mean.
Still open up the investigation again.
He needs to.
You talking about there ain't no evidence.
To me, he needs to get in the front of it.
He come out and say I did it. Then that's all.
He ain't saying. Hopefully, he's smarter than that. You know what I mean. But 15 minutes on Josh Giddey, we need to move on.
I would say. I don't think the crowds are going anywhere. That crowd.
You don't think so?
That crowd in L.A. My goodness, both nights.
L.A. is different. That's the scene of the alleged crime. So,
bro, they were saying y'all L.A. fans need to chill. I'm a Lakers fan. Y'all need to chill.
What are they saying?
Bro, I ain't
please say it with your chest.
I ain't repeating what they because it is not. We're gonna have kicked off of YouTube. Man.
You're gonna have to tell me off the. You're gonna have to tell me off the recording. Okay.
They was and we were sitting right in front of them. They were wild.
Really
wild.
I was wondering, like, we all know fans are like saying something to him. I've always wondered, like, I wonder what he has heard.
If he couldn't hear, he got bad ears because it was quiet and it was loud. Like the arena was quiet.
While everyone is kind of against Josh right now, and rightfully so, these allegations are serious. Credit to a 21-year-old who's handled this pressure pretty well. I mean, he slumped, but like his slump was still like decent. Like he wasn't just piss poor out there. And I mean, he's had a triple-double in the midst of all this. So, I mean, he's responded to this very well for a 21-year-old. I'm thinking back at 21-year-old Addam and a couple little controversies I got into that weren't legal or anything at all. It was just like, OKC controversy. Okay. I ain't handle that well. Like I didn't even handle that well myself. And that's just within one little community in OKC. So, credit him for dealing with all of this the way that he's dealt with it. I'll give him that.
Well, like you said, 15 minutes on Josh Giddey. That's a lot.
Yeah.
We can't sit with the Thunder. You had a tweet this week said the Thunder are gonna have 2 superstars, 1 potential star, and what else?
I gotta look back myself. I said the Oklahoma City Thunder are gonna have 2 superstars, 1 all-star, and a fringe all-star in 2 years' time.
First off,
who do you think they are?
First off, what do you consider a superstar? Because I think we throw superstar around too much.
Okay, so they're gonna. Okay, you're right. I'm gonna rephrase that. They're gonna have one all-star. One superstar. We know who the superstar is. They're gonna have a bona fide all-star. Hold on. Let me see. Then they're gonna have two. Okay, no, this is it. They're gonna have one superstar, two bona fide all-stars, and a fringe all-star.
So who's the fringe?
Within the next-
Because obviously,
That's the question. That's the question.
You're saying Shay's the superstar.
Shay's the superstar.
Shed and Dub or the.
I think I said two superstars, and I really need to say it with my chest because I think Dub is going to be like a top 8 player very soon, sooner than we think. Yes. He has more to his game than Chet does. Like, Chet is, don't get me wrong, Chet's a hell of a player, and he probably going to be a top 15 player himself, but I think
That's 3 top, all in 2 years' time. You remember?
No, I'm not saying he's going to be a top 15 player in 2 years.
Okay.
No, I'm just saying, like, I think Chet is going someday to be a top 15 player. But I do think that Presti just struck gold again and got another Westbrook Durant type situation. Like, he got 2 potential generational players. J-Dub, he just
this time he's probably going to hit that hard.
3. So 3.
I mean, you draft 3 MVPs back to back to back.
That's crazy. That's crazy. I think he may have.
I don't know
again.
I don't know if it's 3 MVPs this time in one. Yeah. You didn't draft Shea.
He didn't.
Yeah. But you drafted and you got Dub and 2 MVPs on the same team in the same year. It's kind of crazy.
I can confidently say.
I don't know if like winning MVP is hard.
Huh?
Winning MVP is hard.
Winning MVP is harder now than it's ever been.
And
like, there's so many guys that are crazy good.
Like, I'm confident. Excuse me. I'd confidently say Chet is going to win multiple Defensive Player of the Years. He's going to be a multiple-time All-Star, multiple-time All-NBA, multiple-time All-Defense team.
Yeah.
MVP.
MVP it's just hard. You can't predict that. Like, it's hard to predict.
I don't even know if Shea doesn't win MVP in the next couple of years, I think his window might be a little closed because I think he's going to be in that. I'm not going to say he doesn't deserve it. I just don't think winning matters to people as much anymore. And
the Thunder are going to be winning for a minute.
Yeah. But it's going to be, he's on a stacked team.
Yeah.
He's playing with 2 other top 15 players.
His window is like 2 or 3.
So I'm saying, and I'm not saying he doesn't deserve it because he's going to be in the same situation that Jason Tatum is in, is where his numbers may dip, but the team success goes higher. And
look, man, real quick, back to what I was saying about J-Double before I lose this thought, because I'm about to lose it. It's that ADHD kicking in, like stuff be going. Anyway, I really think that J-Dub, and I'm saying this lightly, but like, I think J-Dub this year is where Shea was the year before last. Like, where we're looking at him like, man, he looks like an all-star, but he's not an all-star. Like, he's not going to be an all-star this year, but like, in points of the game, he is the best player on the court. And there's times where when even Shea is on the court, J-Dub looks like the best player on the court. I don't think he's better than Shea, but I think that what we're seeing from J-Dub right now is kind of like a prequel to him being the next like complete package in this league. There is really nothing. There's really nothing in his game that he can't do. He's a solid defensive player. He's not elite, but he is a solid defensive player. He handles the ball well.
Solid.
He can shoot. Yeah, my bad, Dub. He can shoot all 3 levels. He's a great passer. Actually, a very underrated great passer. He's athletic. He's faster than we think he is. Like, he moves faster than what it looks. He looks like he's moving on the court. There's just nothing in his game. I'm not going to go down the whole damn list. There's nothing in his game that he's not good at. There's nothing. And it's only going to get better. He's not going to get worse at anything. Like, this is his 2nd year. He's only going to get better from this, especially knowing his work ethic and how hard he works, how he sees himself. He idolizes Kobe. What's Kobe's best attribute? His work ethic. In my opinion, both him and Shea both had that same type of mentality, which to me kind of leads to the Thunder having two superstars. And I think Chet will be a bona fide all-star, not necessarily a superstar like Embiid, Jokic, Steph, LeBron. Can put Shea in there now. Like, I don't think Chet's going to be there, but I do think he's going to be like one tier under.
Chet's ceiling's higher than both of them, though.
His ceiling is higher, but I'm not willing to predict that he's going to be a superstar.
I'd say that he has the biggest chance of being a superstar than both of them.
Okay.
Like, just because it's like...
I'm not necessarily disagreeing with you.
Bro, coming in, or in college, like, I think it was like game 2 or 3. People were saying this guy is a mix between Marcus Camby and Dirk. I thought that was insane. Like, I thought, like, there ain't no way in hell this dude is a mix.
I'm seeing more KG.
I'm saying first off,
Kevin Garnett
being a mix between Marcus Camby and Dirk
is wild.
You are an easy first ballot Hall of Fame.
You're right.
And that's an easy superstar.
Yeah.
And I'm saying, I thought it was crazy then. I think that's a little disrespectful
to him now because he's much more than that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, okay. I'm not saying I don't think he will be one. I can envision from what I've seen this year. Obviously, I've seen 42 games of Chet. I've seen 120 of J-Dub and damn near 200 or more of Shea. So, like, I've just seen more from them, and I think they're closer to it. I said 2 years. I said 2 years. I don't think Chet won't ever be a superstar, but in 2 years, I don't think Chet will be a superstar. I think he'll be a bona fide all-star, which is still high praises. Not next year, but the year after. I think he'll be one of those fringe guys. I think he'll be one of those fringe guys where, like, you can make the argument that he is a superstar. I think he'll be where Shea was last year. Where, like, half of us were like, he's a superstar. The other half were like, no, he's just like a bona fide, like he's an all-star. I think in 2 years, Chet will be where Shea was last year. But I do think all three of them have the potential to be superstars. Go ahead.
Sean, has there ever been a team with 3 superstars?
No.
Like,
I'm thinking off the top of my head, even LeBron, D Wade, superstars. Bosh was
Shaq,
not.
KD, Steph.
Kobe, Shaq, yeah.
Like, I don't think there's ever been a
Clay
team with...
was the closest thing. He wasn't a superstar. Yeah, he was not all-star. He was a bona fide all-star.
Like, if you mix Clay with Draymond, that's a superstar in itself.
Is it?
Bro,
I'm playing.
Don't
I'm
disrespect
playing.
Draymond
I'm playing.
like
You
that,
know I don't like Draymond, but I'm playing with you. Every team needs a Draymond, and I stick to that.
Generational defender.
Yeah. Yeah, he is. As much as I hate to say it, he is. He is. To answer your question, I'm thinking back, man. I can't KG, Paul Pierce, Ray Allen, maybe the closest, but I don't think they were superstars at that point. No. I'm going to say no. So the Thunder could be the first to have like 3 bona fide superstars on one team in the next 5 years. I think 5 years for sure. If they're not, if 2 of those 3 are not superstars in 5 years, something has happened.
Again, what is a superstar to you?
Someone that like is so good that to me, it's someone that you can plug into any offense, any team, and they're instantly going to make them a playoff caliber team. Like, no matter what you have on your team, you got this guy, you're going to go to the playoffs.
Okay.
You put Steph on any team in this league. Well, not really.
I don't think they should have 12 seed right now.
Okay. Steph in 2017. You put 2016-17 Steph on any team, they're making the damn playoffs. You put LeBron on any team 4 years ago, they're making the playoffs. You put Kobe on any team in his era, they're making the playoffs. You put Jokic right now on any team, they're making the playoffs. You put Embiid on any team, they're making the unless you with James Harden. But anyway,
playoffs. What are you talking
I'm
about?
playing with you, bro. I'm playing with you. They're making the playoffs. I think it's gotten to the point. You put Shea on any team right now, they will contend for the playoffs. They will contend for the playoffs. I had to backtrack a little bit, but you put Shea on any team right now, and they're looking at the playoffs.
You know, it's crazy. Shea last night against the Wolves.
Yeah,
Shea had his 30-point game. Thunder record is 47. The Thunder just played 42 games.
Wait, whoa.
Games left. There's a really good chance that Shea will have the Thunder record for 30.
He has to have 17 more,
Yes.
18 more to break it in 40 more games.
Yeah.
I would like to think that he's going to do that.
And if he's approaching that,
God.
that means he's probably approaching the all-time Thunder record for points in a season. And I mean,
that is insane.
Like he can get the record for 30-point games and not get the all-time record for points because like KD I think played 81 games the year he did it, and then Russ is at like 41 or 42. And
that's crazy to say because KD and Russ are two of the best scorers. Like KD is one of the best scorers to ever do it, and people talk about Russ, but you look at his stats, you got to put him in that conversation too.
Season was
like Russ is one of the best.
16. He was ridiculous.
I'm not going to say what I want to say, but Russ is one of the best scoring point guards to ever play the game of basketball. You cannot argue against that.
Steph.
I said one of, not the best.
I'm just thinking in my head.
He's better.
I'm saying like that. I would say that better. Like Kyrie, Luka. That might be it.
Yeah, and
unless you consider Shea a point guard.
What's funny is name those guys again. You said Steph,
Kyrie.
Luka. So outside of Kyrie, all three of those guys really are shooting guards converted to point guards. All of them. They all got shooting guard mentalities. Like you can argue that all three of those guys, for the exception of Kyrie, are really hybrids.
I feel like Kyrie is the biggest hybrid of all of them. Like, I feel like
Kyrie's mindset is like.
I feel like that's a shooting guard.
Really?
I feel like that is the shooting guard in like if you thought of any point guard any shooting.
Are you saying that because he can shoot?
Body, I would like Kyrie would be the first guy that I think of.
I see why you say that.
Like,
I can see why you say that, but I've just always seen like Kyrie as like someone's point guard. Like he's LeBron's point guard. Like he's the perfect point guard.
I feel like they work because Kyrie was really a shooting guard.
He's kind of a shooting guard for Dallas right now. So
I feel like he was kind of because LeBron. I mean, LeBron's always been the point guard. Every team he's been on.
You're making a valid point. So all four of them are really hybrid point guards. Then like all four. Russ, people are still arguing he's not a point guard, even though he's top 10 in assists.
Russ was he was drafted as a shooting
guard
because he wasn't, and people were like, why do they need a shooting guard on this team? They need a point guard, and people didn't think that Russ could play point guard.
Me being the Russell Westbrook stan I am, to me, that's what speaks to his greatness even more is the fact that he already is, right? Top 10 in assists,
I believe.
Yeah, so a shooting guard is top 10 all time in assists, and he's not even according to people, he's not even a point guard, but like the biggest, most important stat to a point guard, he's top 10 in. And he's not even a point guard. So like to me, that speaks even more to his greatness because he's really a two guard. Masquerading as a point guard, and he's still one of the best point guards to do it. So say what you want about Russ. He doesn't make smart decisions down the stretch. We all can agree on that sometimes. But like everything else outside of his shooting. Actually, someone said if Steph, I keep saying Steph, golly, if Russ was anywhere in the hemisphere, same category of a shooter, if he was just slightly above average. Let me just say that. If Russ was slightly above average shooting long distance, he'd be a top 5 player.
Ever?
Yeah. Because that also would have gotten him a championship. He shot the Thunder out of a lot of opportunities. Plus a couple of rings that he probably should have won with the Thunder.
Like to be a top 5 player, I think feel like you got to have at least 4. Because my top 5. Kobe, Jordan, Bron, Magic, Kareem.
Okay, top 10.
And then
Top 10.
Shaq
He'd be top 10.
right there.
He'd be top 10. If I'm gonna just say it just very plainly, if Russ was an elite shooter, he'd be a top 10 player all time. The only thing that has hampered him really is shooting and decision making.
Because nobody really considers KD top 10 of all time. And he's definitely close to Steph, and not closer to Steph, and he got a couple champions.
Well, that also goes down. I've seen a lot of people talking about recently, is Russ's resume better than KD's?
Okay. Now
take away KD's championships. Is Russ's career better than KD's?
No. Nah.
Okay.
Okay.
KD don't hold no crazy record, but I don't know. Leave that alone. The hardest feat in the game was forever the triple-double until Russ made it normal. Like, until Russ normalized it, now we're just like, oh, triple-double, whatever. Okay. But like, no, but real life, we can both agree that Russ normalized what a triple-double is. Now when we see triple-doubles, it's not even impressive no more. Russ made it seem so normal.
Like, there's not going to be, when he retires, there's not going to be anybody that has better, like, just raw numbers than him than
LeBron.
Except for LeBron.
That's about it, yeah.
But that's why you can't, like I always say, numbers don't lie. They are the numbers, but they damn sure mislead. And
they do.
You can't just look at the numbers and like say that. Yeah, I love Russ. I used to argue that Russ was better than KD when they were both on the Thunder.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Russ is take championships away. I don't think Russ is one. You can't take championships away. The championships are championships. Like,
he was one of those champions. Anybody, I would have joined the Warriors and won a championship with the Warriors.
No,
they weren't going to win the championship without KD.
They needed KD. Like,
yeah.
It was a two-front thing where you took down the Thunder and you were able to get past Bron, because I don't think they don't get past the Rockets if they don't get KD, because James Harden took them to 6 and 7 games.
Okay,
and that's quote unquote best team of all time. Not my best team of all time.
Yeah, I was about to say,
that's why I put quotations.
It's a bunch of wrong people.
I don't know if they get past the Spurs if they don't get KD.
I think they get past. I think they get past the Spurs. They get past the Spurs.
I don't know, man.
They get past the Spurs.
My point is, they damn sure need.
KD offered a boost.
For sure.
KD offered a boost to that team.
Man, they for sure don't get past LeBron if they don't get KD. If they don't, because I mean, year one.
So is KD top 10 to you?
Year one, no.
Where's he at?
Like, top 15, 18. I haven't really thought about it.
Same for me. I got him like when I did my last list, which I actually hate, I had him like 13, 14.
I mean, I just think that they definitely needed him to beat LeBron.
I can respect
and James Harden.
I can respect it.
Because, I don't know.
For the purpose of time, I'm not even going to stretch that anymore, because I could talk about that for a very long time. I'm going to just move on to the next topic.
We got to get to the NFL, because...
No, we don't.
Yes.
Matter of fact, we can keep talking about KD.
No.
We can keep...
Someone said,
man,
and I quote...
I think it's getting icy outside, bro.
Someone said, and I quote, if the Cowboys lose to the Packers, who I think are the youngest playoff team ever, or the youngest playoff team something, I will burn my hat. And I'm going to play the clip. Yeah, so don't worry. No, sit down. Someone said that. It wasn't me.
I said it. I said it.
I want to ask, did you burn the hat?
I didn't burn the hat, man. Y'all know I be talking, man. Y'all know I just be talking. I was very confident that the Cowboys are going to knock off the youngest team to make the playoffs in NFL history. But, I didn't have time to think and actually really think about who the Dallas Cowboys are and who their piss poor ain't shit owner is. I said it. I don't care. I've been waiting on this moment to talk about the Dallas Cowboys and their piss poor owner, Jerry Jones. I ain't wishing death on nobody. I will not wish death on nobody. But the only way the Cowboys are going to sniff a Super Bowl is if Jerry Jones dies. and no longer has control over the team. I think his son has a better handle on things. I think he's tripping too, but I think he has a better handle on things simply because he's not 98 years old. Like he's a little bit younger. He's 78. Like he's a little younger, so he's more in tune with what is going on in modern NFL, like in the modern NFL. Jerry Jones is the worst general manager in sports. He's the greatest owner possibly in sports history, but the Cowboys are worth the whole state of Louisiana, first of all. But he is the worst GM to ever do it. He's terrible. He's terrible. The Cowboys are not going to do anything until either Jerry Jones steps down, dies, or realizes that he can't make football decisions and he needs to delegate those duties to somebody the hell else. He is a great businessman. He has made he is the reason. Well, he's not the reason. I'm not going to say that. But the Cowboys are currently still, and I'm going to dig into this, the Cowboys are still America's team. Because people still talk about the Cowboys. Just yesterday, 49ers won the game. Going to the NFC Championship. Was it Coach Douglas on Twitter? I forgot who it was. Somebody, their first tweet was talking about the Cowboys. What the hell the Cowboys got to do with the 49ers going? The Cowboys are always on people's mind. They're always relevant, and they make the rest of the NFL look broke as hell. They are America. That is America. America is not necessarily the greatest country. It's not. I'm going to say it with my chest. America is not the greatest country. We have a lot of flaws with America. There are plenty of countries that are probably better than America, but America is probably the most powerful.
Not probably.
One of the richest.
It's
not the richest country.
Is it not?
No, China.
No.
China got boatloads of cash. But I just feel like the Cowboys literally equal America. Like, if you want to know what America's like, it's the Dallas Cowboys. It is. Think about it. It's the Cowboys. That's why they're America's team.
All I heard was you didn't burn that hat.
I didn't burn the hat because I can't do that to my dad, man. He gave me that hat. Okay. And I can't, I am going to return that hat to him because I'm not wearing nothing Cowboys until they make me proud again next season. I'm also picking up an AFC team to cheer for whenever the Cowboys break my heart because I've been loyal. I said this on my rant. If you guys don't watch my post-game rants, you're missing out. I said this on my rant. I feel like I'm in an abusive relationship with the Dallas Cowboys. Like, I feel like I have been with someone that has been abusing me for my entire life, and it's all I know. So I can't leave because I don't really know no better. But I damn sure can step out. I'm gonna cheat on them. I'm gonna pick up an AFC team since my main squad don't want to treat me right, and they keep stressing me out. It's just too much emotional distress in the relationship that I'm currently in. So I'm gonna step out and see what it's like to go cheer for another team on the other side. And I'm gonna declare it here, I'm a Ravens fan. I'm going for the Ravens. I'm rocking with Lamar Jackson. He is Zoe boy, so I'm gonna rock with him. And yeah, until I get a Cowboy Ravens Super Bowl where I have to decide, it's always gonna be the Cowboys.
Ain't getting that.
Exactly. I'm going with the Ravens. There we go. And that's my rant. Go ahead.
Well, like I said, all I heard was you ain't burn the hat. But you're not a man of integrity is what it said. No, I was kidding. Too
much integrity cheering for
that. Was like it was a perfect
whack
way for
ass
the Cowboys to lose. Like lose to the Packers. Like they always have your number.
It was the perfect way to lose to the way it happened too. Like it wasn't even a game. Like, it wasn't even a game. I wouldn't even been like, I would have been disappointed. I'm laughing at y'all, but I really am hurt. I would have been disappointed if they would have lost, obviously, and the joke still would have been there. But, like, they got their ass beat by the youngest playoff team in the history of the league at home. We gotta change the fucking. I mean, ooh, we gotta change the subject, bro. We gotta change the subject. We gotta move on. Dak gotta go too. Dak gotta go too. He's not winning no Super Bowl. CD's mom is right. CD's mom is right. And yes, I know he threw or he provided CD essentially the best, season of any Cowboy receiver statistically. But when it mattered, CD did drop a couple balls. So I'm gonna need you to get that together, CD. But Dak did not deliver. When it mattered, Dak did not turn into Aaron Rodgers. Dak did not turn into Tom Brady. Dak did not turn into Peyton Manning. And that's what makes the difference between a good quarterback and a great quarterback. Dak is a very good quarterback. He is a very good quarterback. He's not a championship quarterback, which is fine. He'll go down as the Tony Romo. A very good quarterback that statistically should probably be in the top, one of the top 10 quarterbacks to do it, but he never won a championship, so he won't. I'm done.
I mean, at least y'all get to keep. At least y'all kept Mike McCarthy.
I see what you're doing here.
No, I'm just saying, y'all. You kept the coach. You got faith in. Y'all have faith in the coach. You don't have. Y'all not looking for a new coach this year.
What they could have did with Mike McCarthy. You're baiting me into this because you know it's gonna get some views.
No, I'm just.
You know what you're doing. I know. I do have something to say about him. If I know Jerry Jones does not really give a damn about winning a Super Bowl. He just cares about the money. As soon as I got that notification next week that he's bringing back Mike McCarthy, they should have kidnapped McCarthy from his little cushy house in Carrollton, Texas, or wherever the hell he lives, drove him, whatever, to Newfoundland, Canada, without a phone, any technology, and just dropped him off. No clothes, just dropped him off. And had him revoked his passport, banned him from the state of Texas, and not allowed him back within 500 miles of Jerry World, in my opinion. He's also, so McCarthy and Dak are actually very similar. They're very similar. Because McCarthy's not a terrible coach. He's not.
He won a Super Bowl.
He did. With the Cowboys curse, McCarthy will never win a Super Bowl. And I think that he's past his time to win a Super Bowl. Who did he win a Super Bowl with?
Packers.
Who was his quarterback?
Aaron Rodgers.
One of the best to ever do it. He got carried to a damn Super Bowl. Aaron Rodgers carried McCarthy to the Super Bowl. McCarthy is not a great coach. He's a good coach, just like Dak is a good quarterback. I think Dak is actually, I'll go a little further. Dak is a very good quarterback. He's not a Super Bowl quarterback. McCarthy won a Super Bowl, but he is not a Super Bowl caliber coach.
So we were supposed to draft something, but I don't think we can end any better than that with that rant because that was good. I like it.
We can draft something still. I'm
no. You're a little testy right now. So
I just don't get. I'm done. I'm gonna stop talking about it. So I'm actually really getting mad.
What's
right
crazy is I think y'all wake up every year just to be disappointed.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Crazy.
It's a mental issue.
And I tweeted that. Somebody tweeted on my, and I'm not gonna say somebody because I say it on my chest. Reeves Mitchell, he works here.
Who?
Reeves.
He was hooping with him, the kid. Okay, yeah.
He was like, just like Lakers fans. I'm like, excuse me.
Lakers have
I've seen
16,
the Lakers win
17?
Yeah, I've seen the Lakers win 6 championships in 20 years.
They won 1, 2, 3 years ago.
Yeah. And we're in the Western Conference Finals last year.
If the Cowboys had the resume that the Lakers have in the last 20 years, I would be the most obnoxious Cowboy fan you've ever seen ever. If the Cowboys won a championship, if the Cowboys won 3 championships in the last 15 years, I would be impossible to deal with because the only thing y'all even got on me is that they haven't won one in the last 28 years. That's it. We need to stop talking about the Cowboys, man.
You funny.
We stop talking about these fools.
That's we're gonna end it right there because that's this week's episode. That Adam got pissed off, got the little veins popping out his head. I'm gonna stop before he get an aneurysm and it pops, a blood vessel pops in his neck or something. But thank you guys for rocking with us. Continue to rock with us. Tell people to rock with us.
Is there a way we can get Caleb Williams? Like, can they trade up?
You could theoretically.
Okay.
It'd probably take giving up CD.
Okay, can't do that. Okay.
And Micah.
No, hell no. Okay. Wrap it up. We're done.
But again, that's this week's episode. Adam Francisco, Suave Report.
I think I'm going to change my app.
Adam with 2 Ds. Francisco. Daniel Bell, Basketball Guru D.
Should I change my app?
To what?
Suave CEO. Because I am the CEO of the Suave Report. And my name would still be Adam Francisco. But like, my app, maybe Suave CEO. Okay. It's Adam Francisco for now. It may change to Suave CEO. But that's it.
Again, this week's pod. Keep rocking with us. YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Spotify, Apple, wherever you listen. Thank you guys. But until next time, this is Say It With Your Chest.
Peace. No more football.
Stupid.